I can't be the only one who is insanely excited for Team Sonic Racing later this year. It's going to be a day one purchase, but would I really be prepared for this game without having reviews of the other Sumo Digital Sonic Racing games that came before it? Let's go back to the beginning. Today, we are looking at Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, released on basically every platform in existence back in 2010. Is this game still worth your time almost a decade later? Let's find out. Game feel is probably one of the most important aspects of a kart racer. None of the extras matter if driving and drifting don't feel good. Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing's largest boon is that the driving and physics are spot on. The cars have the perfect amount of heft and weight, and nailing the drifts for speed boosts is always satisfying. Now, it's no surprise that basically every kart racer owes its existence to Mario Kart in one way or another. But what is surprising is that Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing lifted a mechanic right out of Mario Kart Wii and improved on it. The mechanic is the trick system. In Mario Kart Wii, you could shake a controller in the air to do a trick and then gain a speed boost when you landed. All-Stars Racing allows you to pull the left trigger while in the air to perform a trick as well, but it also comes with the downside of having you lose speed if you don't finish the trick before you land. You can stack as many tricks as your airtime will give you, affording you a larger amount of boost the more you hit. The ability to fail gives the mechanic actual purpose with its risk-reward element. Now, as far as modes go, it's what you expect. Most of your time will be spent in one of the game's 6 cups in the Grand Prix mode. Each cup has 4 different levels within it. From a gameplay perspective, the tracks themselves are pretty tightly designed and well-paced. This game doesn't feature the boat or plane mechanics from the sequel, and I think it's better for it. It's a strict focus on kart racing, which is the bread and butter. When we look beyond a gameplay perspective on these courses, that's where the cracks really begin to show. So much of my time playing this game was plagued with the thought of, wow, this is really lazy. Take a look at this screenshot I took from the Sonic Wiki. In the blue text, you will see the name of the course. To the left of that, you will see the visual theme that the level is built around. Do you see a problem here? Out of the 24 tracks, there's only 8 different visual themes that inspire them. My first time through Seaside Hill was awesome, but seeing the same visuals plastered over 2 other maps in the game made it a little less special. The sound doesn't fare any better either. Each visual theme is married to a different song, so that means the same 8 songs are going to be played throughout the course of your racing. What's more, these aren't even new songs, not even remixes. Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing doesn't have an original soundtrack, outside of the menu theme and the intro cinematic. All of the songs that play during your races are ripped straight out of Sega's other games. And it's not just the songs. The different voice clips that the characters say are copy and pasted from other Sega games too. And sometimes they feel really out of context in the kart racing. I asked myself so many times while playing this game, how could this happen? And to be honest, it's a really stupid question. It's obvious how. This game was made on a shoestring budget. It really does feel like a budget Mario Kart. And I know that's a criticism that gets unjustifiably thrown at nearly every kart racer ever made, but it's really apt here. Okay, so not all of it's bad. Like I mentioned, the actual physics of the racing feels really good. Another great high point of the game is its namesake, the All-Star. Alright, so this game has an item box system where you pick up power-ups with rubber banding, meaning that if you're floating towards the back of the pack, you'll get some stronger power-ups, like the All-Star move. Each character has their own All-Star, which is an insane increase in speed and sometimes a really cool effect. They get super creative with these, with Sonic straight up leaving his cart to go supersonic, and the Bonanza Bros hopping into a Zeppelin to drop bombs on other racers. These All-Stars are such a high point, and the tone of the race drastically shifts when another racer picks one up. You best be on your guard. As fun as these power-ups were, they lead me directly into another major problem that this game has, which is the rubber banding, or more specifically, how there isn't enough of it. Like I mentioned, there are some powerful items heavily weighed for the back of the pack, to help pick you up if you fall behind. But this game doesn't have a blue shell equivalent, or some sort of way to punish the players up in first. For all of you out there who think this is a good thing and have been begging for the blue shell to be taken out of Mario Kart, please hear me out when I say that the blue shell is a necessary inclusion for kart racers, and this game is my proof. Almost every single race in this game, if I pulled into the lead within the first 15 seconds, I always won, regardless of difficulty. Seriously, if you get just ahead enough of the competition, you won't get caught in the cacophony of destruction that plagues the middle of the pack. This means that the players in 2nd, 3rd, and 4th will constantly be butting against each other with items, while first place just soars ahead uninterrupted. It made me feel like so much of my racing was a solo endeavor. To get footage of the All-Star abilities, I literally had to slow myself down and force myself into the back of the pack. That sucks so much that the namesake of the game is unavailable to you if you play the game with any level of competence at all.
Come on, guys. Surely one of you wants to win.
Alright, so let's say you finish playing through the Grand Prix, what else is there to do? The console versions of the game actually have online support. They're probably dead by now, but hey, you can always give it a shot. The PC version only has split-screen multiplayer, so you're out of luck there. Beyond that, there's a mission mode, which is a really cobbled together and lazy set of challenges. One of the missions I did was really just a race with 2 laps instead of 3 laps. There's also time trial, which is functional enough, but time trial really isn't my jam anyway. I always find playing these games with no other racers on the track kinda defeats most of the point. That's really it. That's the game. It's a Mario Kart clone, plain and simple, and it feels so hamstrung by its obviously rushed development and extremely low budget. I'm looking forward to jumping back into Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing Transformed next, so expect that review sometime before the launch of Sonic Team Racing. Till next time, guys.